We are living the dream. Today, the NASDAQ had a really good read on the NASDAQ. I felt like we were really in tune with this thing. We had the move at open. We talked about this 20 area on the live stream. Like, hey, you know, we got this kind of support level. We're looking for a little push up. But then once we got up here, I was like, I don't know. I don't love it. You know, I talked about the idea of like not wanting to chase it, not wanting to try to get long up here for a couple different reasons. The big reason for me really was, if you look at the ETF, the QQQ, look what happened. We got above. Like, this is something we talked about before the market even opened. This idea of getting above the pivot point here and then having this pivot push from the 362s up there to the 364s. So this was kind of the move that we were looking for, that we were anticipating. But the problem is, like, once we got up here, do I really want to keep playing with this? Like, do I want to get long right there? And we talked about it during the live stream as well. Like, I do not want to be getting long when we're clearly showing resistance there at that level. Multiple times trying to break through that pivot, and well, I didn't want to get long. So I was able to avoid basically this big dump on the NASDAQ. You know, in the past, I probably would have tried to buy that breakout area. I've been like, oh, it's time to buy. You know, I want to get long here. But now, you know, I'm learning, I'm becoming a better day trader. I'm understanding that, you know, there's reasons for me not to get long. Like asking myself, do I really want to be long here? Do I really want, you know, to take this added risk for no real benefit here, no real added benefit? So that was like the big thing this morning, just kind of understanding that, hey, we had the beautiful move. We had the breakout on the 15-minute chart there. I mean, everything lined up beautifully at open. Look at the market selling off, but look at this trend on the 1-minute chart. Just absolutely just a beautiful move, right? Like, you just could not have lost. Like, you could have bought here, bought here, bought here, and you could not have lost money. So, I mean, this is the type of action that I want to be trading. If I'm getting long, like, I want to see this. Like, I want to see this woo all the way up there to the 150s. And you can see how things changed, right? We had a very clear kind of squeeze. We got up here to the 150s. What happened? We got rejected, denied. We pushed up, rejected, denied. And then we finally started breaking down. And I said, like, I really don't like this setup, right? I do not love this setup. I don't want to get long up here. There's no reason for me to be long. I don't have any benefit to that. Now, it's hard to go from being long to short, right? Like, I think that's a very, like, honest thing to say. Like, it's difficult to try to, like, okay, I'm very bullish, we're long, and then all of a sudden be like, okay, now I'm shorting. It's difficult to kind of just automatically be going from short to long. And what will happen is, in time, you'll end up just kind of being on the wrong side of the move. So I think for me personally, like, in the morning, if I can make my money, you know, with one kind of bias, one type of idea, and trade that and then kind of walk away, like, that's what I need to do, right? Like, I need to just kind of trade it and then walk away and kind of make it simple and easy. You can see on the you can see here on the ES, kind of very similar setup as well. The 15-minute big candle to the upside, we got stuck right there, which is also kind of, you know, something to think about. Like, if I'm looking at this and I'm like, hey, look, you know, look at that. We see the top looking pretty top heavy there on the 15-minute chart. Another reason for me to what? Not be long up there. Not that that was a very good arrow, but I don't want to be getting long. I'm terrible at drawing. That looks like a person with a face now with little teeth. But anyway. You know, let's focus on the ETFs here. We had the pivot point got denied. Well, there's no reason for me to be long until what? I said on the live stream, like, we pull back and then we get above that pivot, we turn that pivot into support, and then we get that move higher. I don't want to be getting long when we're below that pivot getting stuck. There's no reason for me to get long there, right? Like, there's absolutely no reason for me to get long when the market's stuck at that key level. And we can clearly see, like, hey, I wonder what level that is. Like, I wonder why the market's not going higher. Like, hey, you know, I don't know what to do. Oh man, it's not going high. Wait, you know, simple. So pulling up the trades from today, you can see here in my Top Step account, locking down $8,209 there. $8,902 trading in the Top Step account. And then you can see here trading in my Tradevate account, locking in $4,390. So on the day, that's about what, 12,500 or so on the day. I'll show you guys some live trades here as well that were kind of after the live stream. So I'll show you guys the live trades. You guys can see kind of what I do sometimes when I'm not live on YouTube and if I'm trading or vice versa. Somebody asked me in a live stream today, Patrick, like, why don't you show all your entries? Why don't you, you know, show all this stuff live? And I'm like, I try to be as transparent as possible in terms of like, hey, this is what I'm looking at. These are the levels I'm looking at. These are like my overall kind of thesis, my bias. But the problem is one thing that I've learned like in the past is it's difficult to trade like literally like live in front of 2,000 people, because you have the comments, you have the, you know, chat and everything. It's like if I get long and then I look over the chat, everyone in the chat's like, oh my God, don't get long. And then I'm like, wait, what? And then I end up getting out, and it's just a kind of a mind fuck, right? And for me right now, my big focus is being the best possible day trader that I can be. I want to get to a point where like I really don't need to do YouTube anymore. You know, like I talked about before, like before YouTube, I was a filmer, I was an editor. So I became a YouTuber because that's like what I was good at, right? Like I was really good at marketing and branding and filming and editing, and I was able to build this YouTube channel with a niche. Like if you want to grow big in YouTube, you have to find a niche, and that niche for me was trading. So the big focus right now is I've kind of built my YouTube. The YouTube is sustainable. I'm making money with the YouTube, everything else, the affiliate stuff. So now it's just like full focus on being the best possible day trader that I can be, because I want to get to a point where I don't have to do YouTube anymore. I know it sounds funny because like I'm always like, hey, I'm making this amazing YouTube, but at the same time, like I would like to get to a point where I can just, you know, trade, live my life and make money, get rich, sit on a yacht, sit on a beach. I don't know, like something that's not me sitting in front of a camera talking about trading all day. I love it. We're doing it. It's awesome. I think we're going to make a huge impact here. The Market Flow Trader community has been going off, you know, it's all amazing. Like we're doing cool stuff, but at some point, like it's just going to get too much. Like it's just too much, right? Like I'm at a point now where I'm like, okay, like I love it. I'm doing it. Business is booming, but I see a future for myself personally where I just want to trade and I want to make a ton of money, and I just want to be able to trade and live my life and not have to deal with everything else. So right now we are 100% focused on the YouTube. We're focused on trading. We got the Top Step stuff. We got the Market Flow Trader stuff. Business is booming right now. I love it. But 2 years from now, it might get to a point where I'm fine. Like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to walk away. I'm ready to like kind of live my life and be happy. So that's where I'm heading right now. We're full on getting it done, and I'm excited for the future. The next 2 years, we're gonna be making a lot of money right here on YouTube, and I'm showing you guys the process. If you wanna learn more, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe button. I'll show you guys some live trades right here. Let's go. You can see on the 1 minute chart tapping that VWAP trend line area. So we're looking for a move like down here to the 50s on this, and dump this thing down there to the 50s or lower. Beautiful. A little bit more through the 60s here. Get through the 60s right here. Try to take some off there. Take 5 off right there. See if you can't get into the 50s here. 55s or lower. 69s right there. Take 5 more off right there. See if we can't break right through here now into the 55 area. Put my 5 right there to stop. We should be able to get down there into the 50s. I'm gonna put a buy limit right there. 57 to get filled. Trying to get it through the 60s here. It should get filled right here. Getting filled. Beautiful. We're out now. Pretty kind of a little setup here. We had the VWAP right there. We had the overall downtrend. This is the Lux Algo price action concepts. This idea of moving down here to this 50 area. And there is the move we were looking for. So really simple, easy trade. In and out, locking it down. And that's how we do it, baby. Every day, live on YouTube. And you can see kind of taking profit down there now.